だこれは。
While on a mission to rescue a kidnapped woman from a demon, Wind Hashira Sanemi Shinazugawa and Serpent Hashira Obanai Iguro encounter an entrance into the Infinity Castle before it vanishes. During an emergency meeting led by Kagaya's wife, Amane Ubuyashiki, the Hashira discuss the marks that appeared on Mitsuri and Muichiro in their battles, said to have originated from the demon slayers during the Sengoku period. Muichiro gives details of the physical conditions he felt that may allow the mark to appear on the others. Knowing that Muzan Kibutsuji will attempt to take Nezuko, the Corps enacts Hashira training for its personnel to condition them for the coming conflict. Each Hashira will lead a training regimen to strengthen the demon slayers. However, Water Hashira Giyu Tomioka refuses to participate. Whilst in hiding, Tamayo is visited by Kagaya's Kasugai Crow, who instructs her to ally with the Corps and work with Shinobu Kocho. Tamayo informs Yushiro of her decision to ally with the Corps. Tanjiro learns of Giyu's refusal to join Hashira training, with Kagaya asking that he speak to him. Despite being repeatedly dismissed, Tanjiro persists. Eventually, Giyu explains his refusal to accept he is a Hashira. As a child, he trained with and befriended a similarly aged boy, Sabito. During final selection, despite Sabito defeating nearly every demon present, he was the only one killed, leaving Giyu, who was unable to kill any demons after being incapacitated, guilt-ridden. In Tanjiro's attempt to encourage him, Giyu remembers Sabito's words, teaching him to value his life as a gift from his sister, who died protecting him from a demon. Realizing his attempts to forget them was to avoid his own grief, he decides to participate. Shinobu, believing the time is right, decides to tell Kanao her plan regarding the demon who killed her older sister. After recovering, Tanjiro enters Hashira training. Reunited with Tengen Uzui and his wives, he faces the first stage, fitness and stamina, where he proves to be the most capable of everyone present. At night, as two demon slayers are on patrol, they are unknowingly stalked by a marked eyeball. Obanai and Sanemi discuss their encounter in the castle and the lessened demonic activity, believing it is the calm before the storm. Sanemi then challenges Obanai to a fight, which he accepts. For a special exercise, Tengen plays the role of a demon hunting the trainees, who must work to defeat him. Despite his superior strength and speed, Tanjiro fights back and rallies the trainees to surround him. With his training complete and his peers inspired to work harder, Tengen allows Tanjiro to proceed to Muichiro's stage. In Muichiro's stage, Rapid Movement, Tanjiro witnesses the Hashira's strict attitude as he instructs and spars with the trainees, emphasizing perseverance even when injured. Muichiro, while acknowledging his harshness, intends for them to learn that even one mistake could be fatal in battle. Later, he spars with Sanemi and Obanai, who have taken up nightly combat training to improve their skills. Muichiro is impressed with Tanjiro's quick learning and ability to spar with him, allowing him to proceed to the next stage. Before doing so, Tanjiro challenges him to a paper plane contest, under the condition that he treats the trainees better if he wins. Though Tanjiro loses, Muichiro decides to change his attitude upon seeing the trainees' joy when flying their own planes. At Mitsuri's stage, Flexibility, Tanjiro, and the trainees dance to music and stretch themselves to become more limber, with Mitsuri forcing Tanjiro into a split. At Obanai's stage, Swordsmanship, Tanjiro must swing a bokken between bound trainees as he spars with the Hashira. Despite the initial difficulty, Tanjiro succeeds and moves to Sanemi's stage, joining Zenitsu. Sanemi, who dislikes Tanjiro, ruthlessly pummels him as he spars with the trainees to build their resilience. Later, Genya attempts to gain his brother's acknowledgement, revealing that he eats demons in doing so. Sanemi lashes out at him, leading to a confrontation between him and Tanjiro that ends in Sanemi's training being suspended. As such, Tanjiro and Zenitsu proceed to the last stage, training with Gyomei Himejima. At Gyomei's stage, strengthening the lower body, trainees must stand beneath a waterfall, lift 3 heavy logs, and push a boulder 1 cho to finish. Tanjiro and Zenitsu join Inosuke and fellow friend Murata. Despite completing the first 2 tasks, Tanjiro struggles to move the boulder. Due to the stage's difficulty, trainees choose to leave and place their hopes in Tanjiro instead. Genya reveals that moving the boulder requires repetitive action, a technique that involves focusing on certain memories to heighten concentration and increase strength. Tanjiro focuses on his family's memory and Kyojuro's message, manifesting his mark and allowing him to move the boulder. Elsewhere, the Biwa demon Nakime has located 60% of the demon slayers on Muzan's orders, who desires to find Nezuko and Kagaya. After completing the last task, Tanjiro is commended by Gyomei, who remarks he has no doubts about him. Unsure of what he means, he hears Gyomei explain his past. He was a monk who cared for orphans. One night, a child left his temple at night and encountered a demon, convincing it to spare him for Gyomei and the others. The demon killed the children, save for one girl, and Gyomei fought it to save her. The girl's remarks afterwards were misinterpreted and he was imprisoned, leaving him cynical and distrustful. Seeing Tanjiro now has convinced Gyomei of his honest character. On his way to Giyu, Tanjiro finds Zenitsu, now stern and serious after reading a letter he received. He watches a spar between Giyu and Sanemi, but Sanemi leaves when Tanjiro attempts to make peace. Later, Sanemi discovers Nakim's eye and realizes the core has been infiltrated, just as Muzan enters the Ubuyashiki mansion to confront Kagaya. Kagaya reveals Muzan's role in his illness. He was a member of the Ubuyashiki bloodline, and the family was cursed as a result of his crimes as a demon. Muzan disregards this and remains confident he will find Nezuko, but Kagaya assures the demon of his failure, unable to see his desire to become eternal pales in comparison to humanity's anger and will to survive. As the Hashira are summoned to the mansion, explosives level the area, sacrificing Kagaya and most of his family to stun Muzan. Tamayo appears and injects a human conversion drug into him, before signaling Gyomei to decapitate the demon with his flail. Muzan heals and battles Gyomei as the Hashira and Tanjiro arrive, but as they attempt to corner him, Nakime opens doors to the Infinity Castle beneath them. Across the mountain, all active demon slayers, including Genya, Inosuke, Murata, Kanao, and Zenitsu, are also transported and trapped inside the castle.